So the complaint today is that the exhaust fans won't shut off. So they come in the morning, the switches are off, but they're always running. Same thing on both of their hoods. So we're gonna check it out and see what we can find. So we don't want to mess with the fire suppression system, but up here in the right is our hood control panel, and these power switches right here should be connected into there somewhere. Alright, so what we have here is a Captive Aire hood control panel. Okay, this is located in the side of an exhaust hood. The complaint is that the exhaust fans are never shutting off. You turn off the power switch and they continue to run. Okay, this particular system has, in a nutshell, let's call them a temperature controlling device. So we're reading duct temperature of 71 degrees and temperature controller set point of 85. And what they do is, if the temperature ever gets above 85, regardless of whether the hood switch is on, it turns the exhaust fans on. But you notice on this temperature controlling device, it says LLL. Well, that's because it's not reading a temperature, so it's defaulting to run the exhaust fans. But if we go down here, you can see right here is our thermostat wire. It's an 18 3 conductor 18 gauge thermostat wire. And if we carefully move this, there's not one hooked up to the right one. And I actually traced out the sensors in the exhaust ducts, and there's never been one hooked up to this. So these exhaust fans have been running 24/7 for 8 years. Go figure. This is the stuff we run into. Someone never properly commissioned this building and started this system up correctly. So what we need to do now, before I go and run a thermostat wire over to my other hood to get us our control voltage or our control sensor wires, I got to test the sensors, because I don't want to go through all that work to find out that we have bad sensors also. So I talked to the manufacturer, and they basically told me what the ohm value should be at said temperature, so I'm going to test that now. The problem is getting to these sensors, because they're very difficult to get to. So that's where we're at this point. Everything else inside here, this is just a typical motor starter cabinet. These are overload protected contactors, essentially. We call them motor starters, or they used to be called mag starters, but these are just motor starters. And what they do is they have a current sensing device on the bottom of it. You've got 3-phase power coming in the top, and then it comes out the bottom when the contactor pulls in. Well, after that contactor pulls in, this overload sensing device right here monitors the amperage, and if the amperage gets within, a certain gets to the set point, basically, it'll potentially shut off the motor before the motor burns up. That's the theory, at least. I mean, they're there basically to protect the motor protector, you could call them too, I guess. So basically all those motor starters are being told to turn on by these temperature controlling devices, and they shouldn't be. So currently at this time, I have all their exhaust fans shut off, and all my exhaust fans are still running. So it's just one of those things. So this is on the top side of my exhaust hoods. Let's come in here. That rod right there is my temperature control, my temperature sensor. That's my exhaust noise, but that's the sensor, and the problem is that it's on the top of this hood, and it's a nightmare to get to. My dilemma is that's my exhaust system. I gotta get up above the drop ceiling, down on top of the hoods, because the hood ceiling is right there. That's all just metal cladding around the hood, so it's like a nightmare to get up there. So I made it up on top of the hood, and this is the one. There should be thermostat wire coming into this, because this should be my hookup, and there's nothing there. So we're going to open that up and test the existing sensor. The sensor's a really pain in the butt to change, so we're going to see if it's good, or we may just have to order a sensor too. Just like I thought, it's never been hooked up since day one. So we're going to strip it back and test it. I need to start carrying a Leatherman. I got all the way up here and these wires weren't stripped, and all I had was my pocket knife. If I had a Leatherman, it sure would be nice on me. I forgot to bring up wire strippers because I didn't know these wires wouldn't be, you know, stripped at all. But, all right. So this is just a thermostat wire, so I'm gonna secure it carefully with zip ties, and I'm just running it. I'm using my fish stick, pushing it over, and then basically just gonna come down into here. That's my control box down there. I'll pop a hole in that, and then we'll run this comm wire and get this thing wired up. The sensor's tested out okay, so shouldn't be too difficult. Some are probably gonna criticize me for this, but what I'm doing is I'm just tying to the hanger strap for the drop ceiling. But the way I'm doing it is I'm tying a zip tie to a zip tie, and I don't know if you guys can see that, and that's that way so that the wire doesn't touch the metal and it doesn't rub against the metal. Can you understand what I'm doing there? And it's never going to be super tight, so that way you have a little bit of free movement in case you need to pull anything. Work on it again. Same thing right here. It's tied to the zip tie, so that way it's not rubbing against the wire. That way we don't rub out on the drop ceiling thing. And I'll secure it on the other side too. Okay, so I landed the 3 wires. Gonna put the covers back on and clean up my mess, take the extra wire down and all that good stuff. All right. Stout wire right here. I have it ran all secured properly. Coming in here, tuck it over here, running in. There we go. We're landed on our thing, and now we're reading temperature. And the hood switch is off, and the hood switch is on. Sounds like they got a loose belt. That'll be another day. But yeah. So now we're set up like we're supposed to be, controlled by the hood switch. I would like to say that I think I want to talk to them about replacing this hood switch because it's kind of like popping out a little bit or something, but it's working for now. All right, so to recap, we had a service call on an exhaust hood system. This was a Captive Aire hood system that wasn't shutting off at nighttime when the customer turned the hood system off. Okay. When I arrived, what I found was that that was correct. All the power switches for the hood system were shut off when I arrived, and the hood system was running. I toggled through the power switches, confirmed that they weren't shutting it off, and then also checked the power on the hood switches to make sure that it was actually de-energizing across the switch, and it was. What the actual problem was that the hood system had a temperature controlling safety device built into it. So that way, if the customer accidentally left a cooking appliance on after they left and or forgot to turn the hoods on altogether, the hood system would automatically power itself on if the temperature inside the duct got above a certain threshold. That particular temperature sensing device was not working correctly, and the reason why was because the original installer of the hood system never properly commissioned it and or started it up. There was no communication wire ran from the sensor in their grill hood all the way over to the hood control panel. So they had 2 temperature sensing devices, one for their fryer hood and one for their grill hood. The fryer hood was hooked up correctly, but the grill hood wasn't. So the system was defaulting as a safety precaution to running all the time. The interesting thing is that this restaurant had been open for 8 years, and that temperature sensor had never been hooked up for 8 years. So those exhaust fans had been running 24/7, 365. Very interesting. But this is the stuff we run into. Sometimes you got to be an investigator. You got to step back and look at the problem. As you guys saw in the video, once I figured out what the problem was, before I ran that extra sensor wire, I jumped on top of the hood to confirm that the actual sensor was still good, and it was. So therefore, I ran the sensor wire over, and everything was working properly. Okay. As you guys saw, I was worried about the power switch because it was kind of popping out of its little housing. It was kind of hard to see in the video, but it just wasn't right. And the customer approved me to go ahead and order that power switch. I have not returned to install it yet, but I will soon. And that's pretty much it, guys. Okay. I want to say thank you very much for watching my videos. Right now, popping up on the screen is some other channels that I recommend you guys check out. Give those guys a subscription. I'm sure they'd appreciate it. Leave them some feedback. And leave me some feedback down in the comments, okay? I really appreciate the emails and the correspondence you guys have been sending me on my Facebook page, email, in the comments of this video. It's really cool to see that you guys are liking these videos and interested in what I have to say inside of them. It's kind of humbling, actually, to think that people are interested in what the silly stuff that I go through, and say. But I digress. Thanks a lot, guys. Really appreciate it, and we will see you guys on the next one, okay?